Okay, so now we've seen the first part, the introduction, and we've learned how to set up your Twitter account in this detailed tutorial. So if you've been following along, you have a nice banner, you can create one, we'll make more later. But you can use this one, I'm not jealous at all. On the contrary, if I can create content that can help you, that's great. If you copy a little at the beginning, I prefer that you copy and modify a bit rather than copying 100%. I prefer that you copy and stay disciplined rather than trying to do anything random. We'll improve later, but don't hesitate to copy at the beginning. I prefer small modifications and that you follow a good pattern rather than trying to reinvent the wheel or something else. So you have the Pippo logo in it, you have the Telegram, the website, you have the link if they want to buy on Bitgate, and the link here if they want to buy on the decentralized exchanges. There you go. You have the contract. That's really the basics. Once you understand that, we'll move on to part 2. Actually, we'll move on to part 1 first. You need to comprehend one very important thing. Your goal on Twitter is to build a significant audience. You are an influencer. So you're not an influencer who makes videos by the beach. You're simply an influencer who shares ideas or makes people laugh through writing, such as blog posts or articles, images, like memes or illustrations, or through other creative means. So that's the goal of Twitter. It's another way to communicate in essence. So we're more into writing than videos, basically. Although now, as we've seen, videos are indeed very well highlighted. So you need to understand that you need to have discipline. It's like being on Instagram or TikTok. If you make a video every day, the algorithm will appreciate you, will see that you are creating content for the platform, and naturally, it will promote you. That's the first thing. Don't hesitate to get the premium subscription for $10. There you go. You are still definitely and absolutely dedicated to your Twitter. You want the corner to rise. Do things right. What will it cost? Approximately $10 a month. Okay, if later the coin does a X100, it's just peanuts, right? So, don't hesitate to show Twitter that you are committed by getting a premium subscription for approximately $10 a month. Then you will need to build an audience. I see some people who create a post every single 5 days. Twitter will think they are tourists and won't push them forward. At the beginning, you should post 1 to 3 messages per day. I had included hashtags here, but I was trained by someone on Twitter who told me it wasn't very useful. So you can add them if you want, but it's not very useful. What's going to be interesting is the art logo. And it's also with the art logo that you'll be absolutely able to go talk to other coins and reference yourself definitely intelligently, where in crypto, you need to put the art sticker in front of the coins. So it also requires a bit of research. Either you put an art sticker or you post an image of people or something else in the same spot, or both, or even you have the story. So the story, it's not complicated. We're going to go here on Pipo. CX store - good and enjoyable. This too is a way to engage yourself a little bit more and experience it. Alright, you definitely get a sweater, you get a t-shirt, or you get a mug. Even if you have a bit less money, you absolutely get a mug. If you don't want too much, or a phone case, and you can also take a photo of your items. There you go. It's like what Wagmi did here. He actually really indeed bought the mug. And when he has his coffee, he takes a photo. Hello, good morning everyone, wake up with people, etc. And it's very interesting. And he creates his post and he has done exactly what is needed. And he posts every day. So really I watch, he posts every day. 1 to 3 messages. I always do a good morning. And even if I'm a bit down or the market is really boring, I can understand. But it only takes you 3 minutes to say good morning or to say good night. It takes you 3 minutes. You go on Google or elsewhere on the internet, look for a small, simple drawing of a pipe. You can even take them from my social media wall and you can share a meme and at the very least say hello, showing that you post one every single day. Obviously, if we start to get hype, be among the top gainers, etc. And with Pippo being listed on Bitgate as the top coin of the day and lots of people coming in, obviously there's a lot of energy around the coin. There you bombard 5-10 messages throughout the day. Pippo in the ranking, someone else buying Pippo again. Great guys, we are all together and you bring positivity. However, when the market is delicate or correcting, then we don't really feel like saying, come on guys, let's go. In fact, actually, indeed, we don't want to come across as hypocrites, but we still want one thing, and that's to maintain our discipline. And that's what will strengthen the bottom. That's what will ensure that when the coin corrects, we stay active. And even if it definitely hurts the bank account, even if it absolutely hurts the mental state, without a doubt, we're still going to make that post. It's exactly the same for the gym. You don't just go when it's sunny. If you have to walk to the gym and it's raining, you still go, even if it's tough. That's it. And that's discipline. And with discipline, you will get results. I see way too many undisciplined people who only post when things are going well. And when it corrects for a week, 2 weeks, we don't see them on Twitter anymore. And then it pumps a little again. We come back to say hello, tourists, and even put yourself in an outsider's perspective. People who watch the community, who watch us on Twitter will say, these are not serious people, it's a bunch of tourists. So personally, if I already have 5 to 10 warriors who, like me, practice discipline daily, that's enough. But here it is. I really hope that after these videos, I will have 5 to 10 truly disciplined people who will post every day. Next, we will take a look at some examples on my Twitter. But just before that, I wanted to explain what is useless. What is useless is when you don't have an audience. You don't post anything, you have like 20, 30 followers, or you don't post anything, or you're not disciplined, or you also post poorly. We will see how to make good posts in this module, and then you start retweeting. But who are you to retweet? You are not talking to anyone unless you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 followers. And then you do a retweet. At this point, it's interesting because you've already worked upstream, you've already created an audience with discipline, and now you have people who follow you. So when you do a retweet effortlessly, seamlessly, and efficiently, you can share the information again and again and again, and your audience will see it. Some have told me, yes, Noctis, it's to make you happy because when we retweet a comment, the algorithm sees that we retweet and it boosts your post significantly and effectively. No, not at all. If it's for that, I'll definitely use bots. I'll use robots that will give me 50 retweets each time. And there are 5 followers on it, and as soon as I post, there will be 50 retweets. It's useless. On the contrary, Twitter doesn't like that. And on top of that, if all you do is retweet, 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 and you don't even have 20 followers, and you don't post anything at all, Twitter will categorize you as a potential bot. It's not a real human behind it. It's just an automated account. This means that Twitter's algorithm will flag your account as suspicious. He is not on premium. He doesn't write articles. He only retweets sometimes. And this is even going to be very harmful for people and for your account. Now, if you start posting occasionally and retweeting frequently from time to time, it's fascinating and engaging. On the other hand, if you definitely and absolutely want to retweet but don't feel like posting, this resolution might absolutely work for you. So, you go on Twitter, the popular social media platform, and here we have Pippo, a notable figure. This is actually one of the last publications I made. You just simply scroll down here, and you will see Pippo, etc. You go to retweet, but instead of retweet, you are not going to do a repost, you are going to do a quote. This means in this quote, you are going to repost the original post, but you will be able to write something more detailed and comprehensive. This means that your retweet will indirectly become an article. And that's interesting because you will be able to reference yourself in a way. So, for example, for instance, at this very moment in time, right now, I want to say that Bitcoin has just picked up significantly. You put $BTC, just start earning now. Don't forget, people, voila. So forget about people, which means that people who search for BTC or dollars people will absolutely come across your content. You have a chance to be referenced. If you always use people, don't forget one very important critical thing. If you only use people dollars, only people searching specifically for people will find you. Moreover, it will either be the people community or people who have already heard about it from someone else. But for example, if I have someone here who doesn't know people at all and who sees Bitcoin making a comeback and searches for $BTC, well, $BTC is huge. It won't be the best thing to do, but we'll see that later. And well, without hesitation, he will definitely see one object. He will absolutely think of Bitcoin art. Then he will certainly see people. You have a beautiful setting, okay, with your name in it. And he will see, don't forget people. And then they might click on your profile, right? And then you create a post, actually. You don't do a retweet, you create a post. With a retweet, you don't find yourself below 500 followers. Retweeting is forbidden. You are not allowed to do it. It's prohibited. There you go. Keep that in mind. I don't deserve to retweet with fewer than 500 followers. There you go. You don't have an audience. You're talking to no one. It's pointless. And on top of that, when you retweet too much, Twitter doesn't like it and might lower your engagement rate. You understood one thing. It's useless to retweet if you don't have an audience. And secondly, post 1 to 3 messages per day. So now let's go see what kind of messages to post each day. Well, look here. I actually made a code, indeed. So here is Vivek explaining that when the price of Bitcoin reaches $74,000, absolutely no one will be surprised or shocked by this development. Everyone says at $57,000 it was stupid, why didn't I buy it? Now that it's at $57,000, lol, I'll never buy this crap. And I said, do not make that very same mistake most certainly again and again. Just buy people once more. And Bitcoin. And here I put hashtag Bitcoin. So there's a double hashtag Bitcoin, hashtag BitGet. Definitely, absolutely. This means that people who are browsing the hashtag BitGet, the hashtag Bitcoin, or others such as these will be able to find my post, and they will see that I retweeted something that genuinely talks about Bitcoin and also subtly introduced people, for example. And then he sees people. What is people? And then he sees people, an officer, he clicks. And then he understands the mess, that's it. Next here, always positive, X100 is programmed. It's time to DCA, PIPO, OG, the contract, quite simply. And then look here a little bit in the comments, which is interesting. Don't hesitate to definitely comment as well, and to absolutely comment. Like me here, for example, I just put do it people, and here it says DCA, 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 DCA. And me, if I actually press the button right over here, okay, so this, I wrote only eat the dip, so just eat the dip, people. Apu pepe. I posted it just now, literally not even 10 minutes ago, and it already has approximately 8 views, which is quite impressive if you ask me. There are already 8 views. Why? Because maybe people searched for Apu here in the search bar, and they came across it. And then they will see it. They will definitely see only hit the deep, people, Apu, PP. They will clearly see DCA, DCA, DCA. And when they definitely go back up, even if it's a sub-comment, you will create much more engagement. Then it will rise to the top of the post. And he goes to see people, the way to program, the contract number. Wow, that's definitely neat. So here we see people. So we start here. Again, people here, it's a bit useless. Although he just put DCA, DCA. When we walk around, we see Cedric, Soldier of People Army. And since it is well established and thoroughly set up, if people click, they will have all the information they need and can join us properly with additional information. It's very important. Everything is absolutely clean. Everything is proper. Everything is well written. They can join us. So this is someone who followed the first part of the training well. And we saw their profile the day before. They cleaned everything up nicely and it looks appealing. They added their little green square, which I find very neat. There you go, with the little guy. So, okay, let's go back to the profile. And don't hesitate to explore it a little bit further. If Twitter sees that you're doing exactly the same thing repeatedly, it won't work either. Twitter sees that you are doing exactly the same thing, and that won't work either. So it is definitely time to DCA, I'm indeed the people warrior. Or for example, I'm a people warrior, and NIF DCA. So I am absolutely a people warrior, and I have DCA. So instead of putting time to DCA, you put I am a people warrior and I have DCA'd. The X100 is programmed, and you can include the contract number, PIPO, OG, etc. And you just tweaked it a little bit indeed, but at least you did something really neat indeed. All right? Here, PayPay is basically a Chinese coin based on PayPay, and it keeps going up, essentially. Today, it was the only coin that was going up while everything else was correcting. What did I do? I took an emoji that had Peepo on it, and PayPay's in a ball, and I put PayPay Protect Peepo. It's a Chinese coin. What happened today in the Telegram right now? It's not a joke. Well, look here, we had a Chinese buyer. Now, I'm not saying it's because of my post, but it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. A guy is simply there, he is buying PayPay, he is looking for PayPay here, he accidentally stumbles upon it. PayPay protects people. What's people? People Army, little people here, knows people, on PayPay memes, and he knows how to go further. So there you have it, it's a very good sign if the Chinese are starting to come to our coin. Here, I didn't mention Peepo, but there you go. That was the deep Goodnight Peepo warrior. And you can just go and check out all the posts I make. Here, the same good morning everyone from Peepo. A beautiful green month of July is coming. Always stay positive. And as I say good morning, I also say good morning to Apu. To PayPay and Chatcoin with whom we are partners. This means people searching for Chatcoin, PayPay, Apu, will come across good morning. There you go. And then they can navigate into the comments section and furthermore send a little message and just say, there you go. These are ads, but it's important, guys. Honestly, it's important. You have now seen how to make a post. Let's go back to the theory. 1 to 3 messages per day. Don't hesitate to copy. Either a good morning, make people laugh, or share some value. You can also share a chart if you're good at technical analysis and you see that I do it too. Let's go down a little bit. There we go. We're going down. I'm not on the right one. We're going down and D. So here is Cedric, who just shared a good chart with impulse 1, impulse 2, impulse 3. And now we have a reaction for the next impulse. It's easy to understand. It makes you want to get involved. I retweeted next legs. I didn't put any people, but still it did its job. You see, it changes and people like it. There were 1,000, but there was hype too. It's when we had taken back the leg too. So there was hype. Right away, I put a chart. People whales buys with the waves. Top 3 BitGet, bam. I put join the army with a little CTA and more. Okay, and then bam, I put people in the top gainer. And then I show whales buying. I also show green, that we're getting back in the green. Here I just put meme coin, PP, APU, buy, X 1000 GM, new holder, RAM. I put some green and there you go, you see. And sometimes I also post charts. Well, I haven't done it in a long time, okay. But there was one not long ago. It's gone now. I don't have it anymore. I lost it. Here, this one, we were there and we are really reacting at 0.7. It's an article. Still, my little article got 3,000 views. Because people project themselves, they share and look. That's why I say we are ahead. We have a lot of smart traders in our academy on people, and the others only know how to, share memes. That's why I don't feel in competition with others. We need traders, market makers, people who make us laugh, chillers. We need all of that. And I am certain that together we can really make it happen and do things right. So we're coming back to this. So there you go, sharing values, building connections as well. As I said, hello PayPay, you tag other hashtags, we create relationships with the messages. You might have someone come and comment whom you don't know, and instead of saying thank you, say hello, have you joined the army, did you already know people? Talk, create reach, and engage with others in the comment section, be human, and build meaningful relationships, okay? And as for me, and we'll see it right after, but we'll see how to actually help and even talk to people. That's in the next video. You can run ads, etc. In the next video, we will explore more about these topics in detail. We will provide practical examples and insights. For another coin, if you want to help someone, etc., feel free to get inspired. If you still have any questions, even the smallest one, I can coach you. I will definitely answer your questions. We can do a live session on Discord if you prefer. If you are motivated to work, I will be the most present person in the world to coach you and help you achieve results. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll meet again for part 3. What now? Let's see. We'll make our post with a good setting, we'll drive traffic, we'll communicate on Twitter, we'll talk to people, and we'll get ourselves known. And that's how people will see your comments, come to your profile. They'll see that you're disciplined with one post per day. They'll see that you're well set up and you've properly configured your Twitter. Well, the Twitter algorithms will love that and people will take you seriously. Then you'll be a warrior soldier. I don't like to say soldier. It sounds a bit robotic, but you'll be an active warrior, really bringing good to the people community. Thank you for watching the video, and we'll meet in the next module.